all right. I believe we're live. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. This is the Digital Cynics podcast, episode 6. Let me see if I can just get my YouTube partner in crime unmuted. Here we go. Hey, Brennan, how you doing today, man?
I'm good. I'm still working on this tweet.
You're
I'm a
still
slow
working on the
typer.
tweet.
I'm a slow typer. I'm doing good though. I'm doing good. Glad to hear you're doing good as well. Hopefully everyone else is doing good as well.
Yeah, we got some. It looks like we got some friends in the chat. I'm juggling a bunch of windows here, trying to have a slightly more professional setup here. Let me clearly it's working out very great. We got Ari the Sorceress in chat. Welcome, welcome. Our lovely moderator Megan, as always. Thanks for hanging out with us, Megan. Appreciate you. Yeah, hope everyone's doing great today. We got a couple stories to talk about. And then got a cool little channel announcement as well. So stick around. If you are just tuning in right now, please, as always, make sure to hit that like button, as it does help us with the algorithm and kind of getting the video pushed across and letting a lot of other people hopefully be able to see the video as well.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, Blake, before we get too far, do you want to flip my camera?
Oh, yeah, sure.
So it looks like then it looks like we're having a conversation in real life.
Yeah, then it looks like a real life thing. No one will know.
Megan's not wrong. I am quite the chicken pecker typer.
Yeah, I do the home row keys, but then I still look down at the keyboard anyway, so it kind of
Yeah, dude. I use one finger on each hand, but I'm like, I've optimized it over the years.
Yeah, I mean, you just adapt.
One of the fastest chicken peckers around.
I mean, going to Elk River and taking typing class from
what was her name?
I don't even remember. I just remember
she just had the clipboard that she'd smack you with or whatever.
Oh yeah, and I remember there was because we were in the same class, and I remember one time like there was a lot of chatting going on, and she just slammed the door shut, and at the top of her lungs just yelled "Shut up!" and everyone like froze and like stared at each other. Oh man, typing class with that lady was just awful. Which is one of the reasons why I never did it.
And then we're getting sidetracked here, but then we had that history teacher in 9th grade that just took a wooden bat to desks.
Oh my god!
If you weren't paying attention.
Oh no, you're thinking of Sarsland middle school. Yeah. That's middle school. Yeah. Yep. He would.
Oh yeah.
He carried
out 9th grade. That was
he looked like
6th grade.
He looked like someone who kind of came out of like a. He dressed like Donald Trump. That was the one thing I remember.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but I
he like
didn't want anyone to be offended.
Yeah,
who knows? Maybe he's like one of our biggest viewers on this channel.
No, he always dressed like
we
Trump.
Just lost a sub. Yeah, he did totally.
And then he'd carry around this. Wig and all. Like everyone was always like, "Is that a wig? Is that a wig?" And he'd carry around this wooden bat, and if someone was like sleeping at his desk, wham! He'd just smack it right on the desk. I'm like,
yeah, dude, it happened to me.
Oh god,
dude, it's crazy. Anyways, let's get on track.
Yeah.
We're getting sidetracked.
So I guess starting off, have you been up to anything cool lately, Brennan? Playing anything? Doing anything?
No, honestly, since the last time we played Elden Ring, I feel like I've been a little busy or like, just sidetracked from gaming in general.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly just taking a large break from Warzone. It's been 3 or so weeks since I've played it last.
Yeah.
And, my life has improved.
Oh yeah.
So.
Of course.
Naturally. That's about it.
A good palate cleanser is needed now and again.
Yeah, I was thinking about checking out the new Kirby. But other than that, I'll probably hold off on that one, honestly, but not a whole lot of gaming going on for me. How about you?
I've been kind of busy. I've been doing a lot of little things. I've been playing Elden Ring. Not so much over the last few days here. I actually recently got these cool little labels. I don't know if that'll focus for my N64 carts.
Yeah, those are sick.
So I've been going through all of those, sticking those on, trying to fix a Wi-Fi card on my laptop, doing lots of like weird little techie things here and there. And I got 2 products that I'm working reviews on. as a little sneak peek. Got this cool big boy Joy-Con thing here, which is basically an actual ergonomic solution that has everything that Joy-Con controllers have, other than good joysticks and actual ergonomics. So it should be fun.
I don't know what you're talking about. Those Joy-Cons are perfect.
Hey man, it curves
Yeah,
just
sure
like
they're
a
made for
normal,
little
just
small
like a normal
5-year-old
hand
hands,
would.
but yeah, they're so bad, dude. What were they thinking?
I mean, it's nice because it's super slim and it can fit in a backpack real easy. I get that part. But
Megan
man,
said, "I know what." Oh wait, Ari said this is my favorite part of the stream. What, us being idiots? Anyways, I know what else Brennan's been doing. Announcement later in the stream. Uh,
yeah. Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
We'll get to
Yeah.
that. So I guess let's just jump right into our shortest and our first story. Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild 2, probably the most anticipated game of 2022 for a lot of people. I myself was super excited for this game. Breath of the Wild actually probably became my favorite game of all time when I played that. Well, sadly, it looks like it's getting delayed into 2023, specifically in spring. Let me just pull up this article from Nintendo Life here.
Game's mid, bro. Dude, I don't know. I tried to get into it so many times and I just like could never finish it. I had a really fun time, but I always just set it down, never picked it back up. Dude, so I probably put 10 hours into it the first time and then probably about 15 hours in the second time because for some reason I lost my save. I think I let you know that like a long time ago. I lost my save somehow. Got like 15 hours into it the second time. And then back when I had COVID the first time, I probably put in like 35, 40 hours in that week period because that's all I could do. And I just had an absolute blast. But once I recovered, I just never went back to it. Yeah, I prefer docked mode. I think that honestly, the handheld screen looks like Dookie. I don't. Yeah. It's okay, Blake. We've all wasted our time doing something in life. I'm just joking. Nothing against the game. I know it's a good game. I know it's a good game, but it suffers from. We're not even going to go into this. Let's bring on the Let's bring on the Breath of the Wild 2 news. Wait, Blake, are you speaking? It's silent for me. I can only hear Brendan. I'm assuming since nobody else has said anything, it might just be you, Megan. But do you want to just double check that, Blake?
All right, I think we're good now. Well,
were you not talking that whole time?
I guess so. Well, we had to have one goof up in our podcast, so
you were
okay.
Muted that entire conversation.
Yeah, well, what happened was when I switched over to the scene of the website, yeah, it had my mic muted. So.
Oh, so like not since we started the stream.
No, God, that would
I was like you you pieces
idiot.
of crap sitting in the chat, not even telling us you're talking. Anyway, you're not pieces of crap, guys. I love you.
Okay, well, so since I switched to the big screen here, Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild 2, one of the most anticipated games of 2022, is now going to be one of the most anticipated games of 2023. Today, Nintendo did one of their announcement videos.
Ari wasn't even live. That's why she still heard you.
Oh, okay. Slacking.
Come on. You didn't miss much.
Yeah, but basically we got this minute 31 video basically saying that due to complications. Primarily, they're alluding to the fact that this game is going to be a lot bigger than the first Breath of the Wild, that they need more time. My guess is that's probably part of the reason. Another part of the reason is probably because they are just trying to space out their releases a bit more so that they can kind of give Breath of the Wild and as well as other games their proper release time. But specifically for Breath of the Wild 2, they were saying here in this Nintendo Life article, they quote, in order to make the game's experience something special, the entire development team is continuing to work diligently on the game, so please wait a little while longer. In the specific trailer or announcement video, they talk about things like how the map is just as big as in the first Breath of the Wild, but instead of it just being the same large Hyrule, they're also having like floating
Oh, you can
levels
go
in the
up to
sky.
like float. Okay,
Yeah, so like you have sky levels
that's
and
smart.
they alluded to something more, so I don't know if that means that
Do you think it's
there's
like?
like like a underground level as well, like in caverns and stuff like that. I'm not
Yeah, do
sure.
you think it might be non-copy and pasted dungeons?
Maybe. We'll see.
That'd be
Um
sweet.
uh
I'm looking for a little more detail. I'm not gonna lie.
see
There was a lot of empty space in that game.
I didn't I see I liked it. I think it was just enough to where the landmarks were interesting cuz everything wasn't, it wasn't all procedural generation, so it was like
Right.
everything I could landmarks looked interesting. There were towers and stuff, and it really promoted that kind of exploration that I think games like Elden Ring kind of took that concept and kind of cranked it up. And so what I'm hoping is Breath of the Wild 2 will kind of learn from the good stuff that it did in its last game in terms of exploration and open world design,
Yeah.
um,
I
and
I do like
hopefully
the
turn that
I
up
do
too.
like the concept of just like in a lot of open world games you really do get like that kind of guided experience a lot of the time, between like the main quest and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Um that exists in games like this in Elden Ring, but there's a lot higher reward to like actually just going and doing things in your own order. So I do appreciate that.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I mean, I'm as far as this game goes, I'm obviously bummed because it was probably the game I was looking forward to the most for the Switch. But as
Yeah.
everyone in the internet loves to quote Shigeru Miyamoto on now is I'm butchering the paraphrase. I'm paraphrasing, but a rushed game is forever bad. Basically, is the idea. You can delay a game and it'll eventually be good, but a rush game is forever bad. And as I think,
Yeah.
especially in today's day and age, when we look at things like Battlefield 2043 or whatever, I, you know, games only have a certain window.
Game's
Games only have
garbage.
especially today when everything's vying for your attention. Games only have a
Yeah.
certain window, so it's all about getting it right on the first step. I don't
Yeah, we
know.
really have become accustomed to waiting anyways. There's been a delay on I think every game
Hmm.
for the last like 5 years. So
I think COVID has done a lot of
whatever.
that, and I'm hoping that um I'm hoping that with a lot of these recent blunders of like Cyberpunk and Battlefield and stuff that it kind of hints to the industry that can't always patch and fix a launch.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's that story. Our second bigger story is let me just double check here, make sure everything's good. Okay, cool. Um, PlayStation. So if you've followed this channel at all and listened to my opinions on things with in regards to Xbox, I'm a huge fan of Game Pass. I think it's probably the best value you can get in gaming right now. Um, and everybody has been kind of thinking and wondering what is Sony going to do as a response? Because obviously Sony has to come out with something um, to at least offer its customer base to, I don't know, kind of give a similar experience. And we finally got that answer. Uh, PlayStation announced that they are going to be doing PlayStation Plus, kind of a rebranding, if you will, starting in June. I don't know if you're familiar with PlayStation Now, Brendan, but basically what they're doing is they're kind of taking the PlayStation Now service and kind of bundling it in
Merging it together, yeah.
as a tier with PlayStation Plus. So I'm going to go ahead and just quickly read this blog spot and then or blog post, and then we'll go from there. So it's basically broken into 3 tiers. We have PlayStation Plus Essential, and those benefits provides the same benefits that PlayStation Plus members are getting today, such as 2 monthly downloadable games, exclusive discounts, cloud storage for saved games, online multiplayer access, and there are no changes for existing PlayStation Plus members in this tier. So the Essential is basically what you get now with PlayStation Plus. The pricing for this in the US is $9.99 a month, $24.99 quarterly, and $60 a year, which is what they charge now. Let's see. The next tier is PlayStation Plus Extra, and these benefits give you all the benefits from the initial tier, and then you get a catalog of up to 400 asterisk of the most enjoyable PS4 and PS5 games, including blockbuster hits from our PlayStation Studios catalog and third-party partners. Games in the extra tier are downloadable for play. So
That's nice that it's actually downloadable and not just like a stream
yeah.
service anymore.
Yep, and so with those PS4 and PS5 games, you'll be able to download. I'm assuming all of them is what this is insinuating. So like PlayStation
Yeah.
Now, sometimes you would get some games that were downloadable and some games that were cloud streaming only. Now the pricing for this one is $14.99 a month, $39.99 quarterly, $99.99 yearly. And then the one that probably competes the most or is the most similar to what Game Pass offers is the premium subscription. So this is going to give you all of those benefits from the previous 2 tiers. And then this is going to give you up to 340 additional games, including PS3 games, sadly, via cloud streaming. Then it'll give you a catalog of classic PlayStation, PlayStation 2, and PSP games. So that's cool. They don't specify. So they say a blend of streaming and download options for PlayStation, PS2, and PSP. I'm hoping that we see, because of the fact that they're much weaker than something like a PS3. I'm hoping we'll see more download than streaming. But
I can see them going the opposite way. It's probably less of an issue to stream those games.
Well, the problem is
then it would be something different.
The problem is right now, as it stands, they if they're sticking with the same, I don't know if this is the right terminology. If they're sticking with the same streaming codec, it's going to basically be 720p, 30 FPS capped for streaming, which can get when everything's already compressed, that can get kind of blocky. And I've done PlayStation Now. I've had it on my PS5. I've played a few games, and it's kind of similar to other cloud streaming services. Sometimes it can be great. Sometimes it can be really laggy. So it's kind of it's dependent upon a multitude of different factors and like how your internet is and yada yada yada. So the other thing that they have for the premium bundle is that it offers cloud streaming access for original PlayStation, PS2, PSP, PS4 games offered in the extra and the premium tiers market. So this looks like from what I'm reading from this. Oh, yep, it even says on the next line, customers can stream these games using PS4 and PS5 consoles and PC. So like if you kind of want to do that extra like gaming from your phone or gaming from a laptop, if you have the PlayStation Plus premium subscription, you can access all of those titles via Cloud Play.
So
and then lastly, just here, the monthly price for that is going to be $17.99 per month, $49.99 quarterly, and $119.99 per year. What were you gonna say, bud?
I was just gonna like talk about what I would have liked to see, I guess.
Yeah. Let's discuss that. So back.
First off, what I would have personally liked to see is, maybe instead of, so how many tiers are there on Game Pass? I don't have Xbox, so I don't really know. But
so I don't know specifically. I can off the top of my head. So I have Game Pass Ultimate. That's like the big boy. and then there's the regular Game Pass, which I believe is just specifically for Xbox only. So Game Pass Ultimate gives you access to both um, PC and Xbox, and I believe Ultimate also is what gives you the cloud option. I could be wrong on that, so correct me in chat if I'm wrong. Um,
Okay.
and then you have at the bottom just PC. Like if you're just a PC gamer, there's the PC Game Pass, which is even cheaper.
Here's my problem. What I would have liked to have seen is regular PlayStation Plus going down in cost, not staying the same.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have maybe liked to have seen them kind of just meet in the middle between the second and third tier and just have one kind of ultimate PlayStation Game Pass. Because as Ari's pointing out right now in the chat, Game Pass is $9.99 a month right now. And
That's
essentially
for
they're
the
giving
Xbox
you
version. Yeah.
not Game Pass, sorry, PlayStation Now.
Oh, okay.
So essentially for the second tier for $17.99 or for $14.99, all they're really doing is bundling in part of PlayStation Now
Mm-hmm.
for a discounted price.
Yeah.
You don't get any day one releases. Therefore, I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, it's tough because like if you're if you're primarily again, this is kind of like one of those things where it's like what kind of gamer are you? If you're just like a PlayStation diehard, then this, might be something worth delving into. But for me, I mean, just like what you said, for the same price for 14.99 a month, I can have Game Pass Ultimate and I can download every single one of these games, all this entire back catalog from the Xbox 360 to the OG Xbox, have them downloaded onto my system. Granted, I need to connect to the internet so that it can, check my license and
Right.
stuff. But it's downloaded on there and I play locally. There's no lag, there's no weird compression. And even in fact, for some of the games, some of the original Xbox and Xbox 360 games even get a resolution and frame rate boost, um, just from them porting these over and kind of emulating them. And Sony seems to be kind of doing they kind of pulling a Nintendo here is the best way I can think of it. They're doing the absolute bare minimum to kind of get the highest return on investment, and it's disappointing because they could have come up with something that was truly competitive to give PlayStation fans,
Right.
something to really brag with.
So let's say they lowered the regular PlayStation Plus price, even by like a couple bucks a month.
Hmm.
And then they get that second tier, merge it with the third tier, and create a new third tier that includes day one releases for more money a month. That I could see it being something that I'd maybe be interested in. But
Hmm.
honestly, I could have played PlayStation Now for the past 7 years or however long it's been out.
Hmm.
And I tried it once, said meh, never played it again.
Yeah.
And now they're just trying to charge me a discounted rate to be able to play it again. I don't think that's worth it.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I just for me, and again, it's based on like what kind of gamer are you too. And one thing that I really like is, um, you know, I like playing legacy content. And it's especially now that I'm an adult with disposable income. Like there's so many games that I either slept on or just wasn't able to afford. And now that I can kind of purchase some of these physical games and stuff like that, um, the only way to replay any of these games is by playing it on legacy hardware, which kind of sucks. And um, like emulation has gotten so good. Like you can PS3 used to be super hard to emulate for, and
Right.
now they're able to emulate PS3 pretty darn well on PC. And there's a if any of you don't follow him, but and you're into development, I recommend it. MVG. He's kind of an independent developer for a lot of kind of older ports to Nintendo Switch and stuff like that. And he does a lot of cool content on homebrew related videos and stuff like that. And he was saying that the PS5 is absolutely capable of emulating the PS3. It's just most likely that Sony doesn't want to invest their money into having such an emulation run on the PS5. It's just cheaper just to do the cloud streaming, and it's disappointing. It's disappointing because that would have been such a huge, at least for me, just such a huge boon or a big reason to get a PS5. Because I mean, for me, as I've said in previous videos, like the PS5 is my favorite system for new content. It's what I primarily collect games for right now, as far as the modern gen goes. But the
Yeah, but you don't need
Xbox,
to collect games for the Xbox because they're on
it's Game
Game
Pass, and
Pass.
and so
So
what's nice with the Xbox is that like I can collect my legacy content, and a good amount of the legacy content I can just pop the disc in my Xbox Series X and play it through there. So yeah, it's kind of disappointing, but I don't
yeah,
know.
it sucks. I mean, it's maybe they'll revise it eventually, but
I did
as of right now, I don't see a whole lot of people doing it.
just for funsies do a poll in the chat here before we got started, asking PS Plus versus Game Pass, which is better. And shockingly, the most winning answer is I'm a fence sitting coward at 60%. And it's actually an equal tie of Game Pass and PS Plus. So interesting. I guess it all kind of boils down to what kind of like with anything, what ecosystem are you in? Most people don't
Right.
have the ability
I
to have
feel
all systems.
I feel the fence sitting cowards though, because sometimes you just got to sit back and see how things play out.
Right. Um, let's see here. How we done? Time. Okay, so that does it for that story. And I think Brendan, it's time. Nope. Before we go to Discord questions and comments, I'll let you take this one for our channel announcement, our cool little channel news.
Okay, yeah. So you're still gonna have to pull it up on your end, obviously.
Yeah, I'm working on it right now.
All right. So for anyone who does not know this, that's watching right now, Blake and I started a new channel.
A
So
new
we
new.
kind of have we kind of have the gaming channel sitting on the back burner for now because we're kind of unsure of what we want to do with that. But we have our main channel, Digital Cynics. Obviously, we're gonna continue to focus on this one primarily. But then we also started a channel called Pack Attack, which,
I'm trying to
like
get.
I asked earlier, why isn't Pack Attack linked on the main page? Uh, we will start doing that. It's a new channel. Shut up. Anyways, Pack Attack. For anyone who's watched our like previous streams, we'll open up like Pokemon cards and stuff. We're kind of just going to keep our Digital Cynics channel in like the niche spot that it is, with primarily tech reviews and gaming related news, stuff like that. And this is going to be just our kind of free for all, kind of experimental channel where we open up like literally anything you guys want to see. So I've already done a couple Pokemon videos. I'm actually going to be doing some basketball cards a little later tonight. Um, you
Trying to
good?
get this. No, I'm not good.
Just go to your subscribers.
It doesn't.
We're not searchable yet. We have to. In
Yeah,
fact,
it's.
maybe you should update the. Oh, you probably can't. Let me hold
We'll
on.
get it. We'll get it here. We'll get it here.
Let me link it in the chat here quick. Give me 1 minute. But yeah, we're gonna open anything that you guys want, like Yu-Gi-Oh cards, freaking Digimon cards, whatever, like basketball, football, primarily Pokemon.
There we go.
Okay, you found it. So yeah, it's a brand new channel. Only have nine subs so far. 2 videos total, so we're not searchable yet. The more content we put out, then we'll show up in the search bar, which hopefully will be soon. But we'll start putting if anyone wants to kind of like, hey, check this out, we'll put it in our link.
It's just
Can
one
you
of those.
open mini brands? What's that?
I'm not familiar, but if it's
We are
if it's a
searchable.
trading card, we are. I mean, that's how I found us. I just had to search pack attack profit loss. Uh,
Okay, I couldn't find the channel wouldn't pop up when
it,
I was
it
searching
it
for it
it gets
earlier.
it gets pretty buried. But I think that'll
Okay, so you
change.
just got to keep scrolling down.
Yeah, I think. But yeah, like what Brennan said, it's um, we're willing
I
to
don't know what
open.
mini brands are, but if they're not cards, I'm out.
Yeah, this is just kind of a channel to focus on a specific niche, and that's collectible trading cards. YouTube is weird, where it kind of punishes you if you're kind of all over the board in terms of uh, topic ideas and that sort of thing.
Yep.
And which is one of the reasons why we do this live stream only once a month. Because if we did this like on a weekly basis and we weren't a huge channel, YouTube kind of just punishes you like crazy. And yeah, the Pokemon
My
live
Little
streams.
Pony cards. Hey, I'm telling you right now, I've never seen a My Little Pony card,
In my life.
but I'm telling you, I am down to open up anything you guys want. I would hope you'd pick something that maybe has some profitability or resellability. I don't know if the bronies out there are searching for those hollow pony cards, but
I didn't even know
we
they. I
could
didn't even
try
know
it.
they made My Little Pony cards. I shouldn't
I
be surprised.
I didn't either. I didn't
Uh,
either, to be honest. The only thing I will not be opening personally, Blake said he will, is Magic the Gathering. That part of my life is done.
dead.
It's dead. I've opened up so many Magic the Gathering cards that I just can't do it. And they just they're not. It's a great game to play, but it's just not.
It's
It's much more worth your money just to buy the deck that you want in its entirety online.
mhm.
There's no point in opening packs to me anymore.
collecting. Now, while there is a collector's market for Magic the Gathering, for sure.
There
Um,
is. I mean, there's still you can pull a mythic rare that's worth, 50, $60, but there's not these Charizards that you can pull
it's
that
not
in a PSA 10 it's $800,
right.
$600.
Well, and the beauty of Pokemon specifically is that it's like a collector. It's a collectible trading card game, uh, where it seems to be most popular in the collector's market. But
Yeah,
what's cool about, at least in my opinion, maybe pre-COVID more so, but uh, people weren't necessarily collecting just to flip it for a profit. Like sports cards have always kind of been more in that investment, if you will, side of things, where people collect
for sure.
and invest in like rookie cards and stuff like that. But Pokemon, it was just kind of like almost like the game where you got to catch them all. It's the collector's mentality built
Like
into
you
the
want to get the
mechanic.
whole set. Like
You
nobody's
want
out
to
there
you want to get your favorite
searching.
Pokemon. You want to get
Right.
the way they have it is they have the shiny sparkly cards be the rare cards. Which
Like exactly
you
which
get a rainbow,
ones.
you pull a rainbow Charizard, and you know that it's a rare card just because
Yeah.
of how the design is. Um, so yeah,
Magic the Gathering, you're kind of more in that oh, this is an insane ability. It's super playable,
yeah,
great for tournaments. Like that's where you're getting the money.
usually, yeah.
Um, okay, apparently Fallout has trading cards.
Ooh.
I refuse to give Bethesda any of my money until I see Fallout 5 or Elder Scrolls 6, which I'm pretty sure I'll have gray hair by then.
Let's see here.
And gray hair doesn't even run in my family. Just kidding.
So you'll wait a while.
It's gonna be a while.
Yeah, but yeah, like Brendan said, if there are any serious cards that you would like us to take a look at, anything from Digimon to Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh to Pokemon, even though we're primarily personally more Pokemon focused, we will be venturing out into other different trading cards. So, should be a lot of fun. And yeah, spread the word, subscribe to the channel, like the videos if you like it. And yeah, that's the news on Pack Attack. The new
Pack Attack. Okay,
we gotta make
didn't
we gotta make a
didn't
Power
describe-
Rangers.
like an intro.
Yeah.
We didn't really describe it. So not all the content's going to be like this, but I thought it would be fun, or Blake and I both thought it would be fun to do. The reason it's called Pack Attack is because we'll take, for instance, like a box of basketball cards or something, and then we'll get a similar box to it, and we'll kind of face off, see which one's the most profitable, which one has the best pulls. Same with my first video on the channel is an ETB versus an ETB.
Hmm.
So it's kind of fun to see like which set has those pull rates or how lucky we can get. There's always an underdog because like you could have the set that's worth less. Actually, it happened in my last video.
Yeah.
The underdog kind of won, and I was, yeah, I was,
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised.
That was actually interesting. I did not see that. Well, because that was what was it, Fusion Strike?
It was nope. The first video. The first
Oh,
video
you're
is
talking about the first video. Okay, sorry.
it's Evolving Skies versus Brilliant Stars.
Right.
But there was there was a difference in pricing.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
What's
pretty.
the next video? I kind of just said. So I'm doing. I got lucky. Megan hit up a restock today at Target. I got 3 boxes of basketball cards, 3 packs, 3 thick boys. So I'm gonna be opening up all these right after the stream, and I should have that uploaded. Well, I don't know if it'll happen tonight now that the stream is happening, but it'll probably be uploaded like late weekend or early next week.
Yeah, I'm
And
looking forward to
I
it.
already know we have at least one subscriber that's looking forward to seeing our basketball pulls.
Yeah, I'm hopefully going to contribute to that channel soon. Um, I got a lot of digital Cynics content to work on. And then, but yeah, I'll hopefully do something. But yeah, that's Pack Attack. Let's go ahead
I also
and
don't have kids,
yes,
and I can
yes,
waste so much money for no reason. I shouldn't.
yes.
I shouldn't, but I'm going to continue to do it.
I cannot spend I cannot buy 2 ETBs in one go usually.
Yeah, it's
Um,
understandable.
let's take a look. Let's take a look at some Discord stuff now, Brennan.
Okay.
Let's just as a reminder to anybody who is watching or anybody who might be watching the replay of this, we do strongly encourage that you follow us on our Discord. I'll make sure to have it linked in the description. I don't know if I have it linked now. Actually, bad content creator, but
Ari said, "Will you be doing only card collecting games or also deck building, board games?" I don't plan on doing board games personally.
I think it'll just be trading card related.
It's gonna be trading card related or collecting card related, and then maybe like videos on if you want to get into the hobby, how to protect your cards, how to what sets to look for, like if there is some news like, oh, there's like this set dropping, make sure you get on it before you know everybody freaking scalps it and
Yeah.
tries to make you pay way more than it's worth. So
Yeah, basically just it'll be card centric, and maybe not necessarily board game, but who knows if there is a thing that emerges, we might try it out. It's hard to say. I think for the time being, we're kind of more laser focused on the collectible trading card stuff, and then as the channel grows, like Brennan said, we'll might stretch our legs a little bit with some other stuff, accessories, whatnot. Okay,
indeed.
so like I was saying before, make sure to check out the Digital Cynics Discord. Head over to the DC Podcast channel, and we'll make sure to read your questions at the end of every single podcast that we do at the end of the month. And so
Yeah.
we have a couple here. First one from Ari the Sorceress. What all do we know about What all do we know about Breath of the Wild 2? Also, is this the only or the second time that a Zelda game was a direct sequel to a prior one? I don't remember if that was the case for 1 and 2. So this Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be a direct sequel, obviously. If we go back to N64 era, we had Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, and Majora's Mask basically took place after the events of Ocarina of Time. In terms of chronological stuff, Zelda is really weird, and I highly recommend just I forget the YouTuber, but there's a few really good YouTube videos out there that like totally break down the canon and the timeline of all the different Zelda games, and it's kind of borderline multiverse.
Craziness.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Well, because like the whole
Well, and then
concept.
there's the one where you have like it was like the 4 players of the game with all the
Mhm.
different. Yeah, you know.
Yep, and
How
that
does that
plays
work into it?
that plays a part into it, and that's part of the timeline. It's really weird. The uh, I mean, basically, if you think about it, Link is the hero of time. That's literally his title. He's the hero of time, and Ganon is I forget exactly what it's, but he is basically chaos. Like, so it's kind of two worldly forces in continuous eternal battle. So uh,
Time versus traveling through the space-time continuum to stop the chaos around the multiverse.
pretty much. I mean, that's just it with a few yeah in there. But
Yep.
yeah, that's I would definitely
Make sure
recommend
to break the vases.
all the vases,
All the
and
vases.
shrubberies.
And the
Um,
shrubberies.
and make sure to kick all of the chickens. You will not regret it, I promise.
You never know when a rupee will fall out of its butt.
But yeah, let's see. I'm just making sure that I answered that question thoroughly. We don't know much about Breath of the Wild 2 other than the fact that it is going to take place right after the events of the first, and um, uh, all we can really gather is what we've seen from the trailers. We know that it's going to have the same kind of or a similar open world as the first, where you have Hyrule, but now there's, I guess, floating fortresses or cities or villages or something, and there's going to be another area of exploration as well in addition. And
Yeah, I'm sure it will be like I'm sure it'll be like maybe some time has passed and like the Hyrule has recovered a little bit since Ganon was stopped,
well, they
stuff like
showed
that. So
Ganon
like
as
they
like
will
a
look different.
they showed Ganon as a husk in the first reveal trailer, which was really eerie looking, and it kind of makes me hope that they kind of lean into like a Majora's Mask theme again, where maybe the sequel is a little bit darker than the first. That'd be kind of cool to see. But yeah, we don't really know a whole lot as it stands. Moving on, uh, we have Noli Poly 14 asking, "What is your favorite Pokemon card in your collection?" Brendan, you wanna do you have any Pokemon cards at your desk that you'd like to share?
I do. I mean, are you gonna show? Do you want to grab
Here, I actually have a big
your
screen
go
mode.
tos?
Hold on. Yeah, I'll grab my go-tos and I'll go ahead and make your camera.
Nice little big screen mode. All right, Noli Poly. Hopefully you're watching. These are personally my 4 favorite cards that I have. So I have the full art, alternate art. Hold on, I have just horrific glare going on. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna hold it right here. I have a full art Blaziken. There, I think I got it. I got the full art Blaziken. This one's pretty sweet. I got the full art, alternate art Rayquaza VMAX. That one's pretty legit as well. Then I got my Charizard from Celebrations. Dig it. I dig
Jealous,
it.
jealous.
Yeah, that one's sick. And then I have my most recent pull. She's a beaut.
So nice.
Got the Rainbow Rare Charizard V Star. I I thoroughly enjoy all 4 of those cards quite a bit. It's kind of the
Um,
4 that I usually have sitting out kind of on display.
yeah, I found that oddly enough, nail polish display racks work really good for displaying the hard case cards, just because it elevates them, and so it's really nice to have them on a
It's
shelf,
not bad.
and you can use those nail polish racks as a cool card display. Um,
Yeah, yeah. Funny thing. So Megan saying I opened that Rayquaza. So I buy this box of Evolving Skies, right?
yeah, yeah.
And she's sitting there while I'm having this just a blast opening these cards, and she's like, "Can I open a pack?" And I'm like, whatever, sure. Here's like 1 pack. She opens the freaking
Oh
Rayquaza.
man.
It got stolen right from out of my fingertips.
Oh man.
I
No,
was still
that's
really excited. I jumped up and down a few times. Kind of ran around the house screaming.
oh yeah,
You know,
naturally.
it was a good time.
Yeah,
Good
Evolving
time.
Skies, I haven't gotten like anything out of that. That and Fusion Strike have been
Fusion
so
Strike's
hard.
brutal.
Fusion Strike, I'm lucky I got the freaking Gengar out of that one. Yeah, no, they Evolving Skies and Fusion Strike were the two hardest ones to collect for me.
What do you mean, Ari? I think that was a flattering impersonation.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty accurate. At first, I
That
thought
was pretty
Megan
dang
was on
accurate.
stream.
Yeah, Megan just recently pulled the Umbreon full art alternate
Nice,
art from Fusion Strike.
nice,
That's like
nice.
it's like a $600 or $700 PSA 10 card right there. She's got more from Fusion Strike than we do, and she's opened less.
It's crazy, man. I know Mac, another Discord member of the channel, Umbreon. I believe that's the one he was hunting for forever. I don't know if he
It's
recently got it or
sick.
not. He recently got a. I'm gonna butcher the name, but he got a collection of the Neo cards. He said he got like a really good deal on eBay, like the old legacy cards. I think it
Like
was like
Neo, there's Neo Destiny, Neo
I think
Genesis.
it's Neo Genesis. I have the
Destiny's like the way rare one, so it's probably Genesis.
uh
Those are some sick cards though. I'm pretty sure that's what these like gold star cards are from. So like this Umbreon Gold Star. I'm pretty sure that's like originally a Neo card. I could be wrong, but
it was
there's some sick cards.
it was first edition, and maybe I'm wrong on the set, but they were all first edition. You got a first edition Sizer, first edition Typhlosion, and a first edition Pharaoh. Oh, I can never pronounce this. Feraligator. There we go. Oh my god. Um. So yeah, those are some pretty cool cards.
That's pretty awesome. That's one thing I lack.
I don't.
I
My
don't really
legacy
have
cards are gone.
any. Yeah, I don't really have any like old school cards. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, mine all got thrown away because I
I'm not
didn't.
just gonna go. I'm not just gonna go buy
No.
these ridiculously
What's
expensive
so
cards.
funny is pre-COVID, like maybe a year before COVID, maybe two, um, I had seen like a box of first edition or base set cards, and and it was like maybe a couple hundred, and I was like, "Oh, I should buy one, but man, I can't justify. And then COVID happened, and Jake Paul, and a lot of the other big like Pokemon card YouTubers just blew up like crazy, and then it
Yeah,
just kind
let's
of
not
went.
get too crazy though, because there's still a ton of base cards that are not worth a whole lot.
I know. It's just more like
You're only looking for the holographics and maybe like
I would honestly be
the original
okay.
starters.
I would honestly be okay if someone said, "Here, I have a binder full of commons," like just because I had that. I had so many of those base set cards just because that
Yeah.
came out right when we were kids, and I was practically an only child at that point in time. And
Yeah,
um,
man, there's like insane. I want to say we were like hanging out one time years ago too, and
mhm,
we're like at Walmart or something, and we kind of had this idea like, oh, dude, we haven't like collected Pokemon cards or anything like a long time. Like
mhm,
we should buy a pack sometime, and then we just like never did.
right, yep,
And then yeah, it just like blew up. Honestly, it's it's hindsight, whatever, but it's insane how much these like little pieces of cardboard are going for. Especially, did you just see like the article that Drake just pulled a Michael Jordan rookie card
no
worth
way,
like millions?
Jesus,
Yeah,
Jesus,
I think he was on stream or something too. Like, everybody's doing box pulls now, and
mhm.
I mean it's fun. So
Practically is not the same. Practically is what gives me the out. Okay, when you're you know
practically an only child.
when you're like 2 or 3 years old, you're not getting Pokemon cards, but when you're
What
five or
the
six, you're
fuck?
getting Pokemon cards.
The chat's pretty hilarious right now.
Yeah, chat's trying to
Did you say
use
you were
slander on
practically
me.
an only? Did you say you were
Yeah,
practically an only child at one
I was
point?
practically an only child when
Yeah,
Pokemon
because they were
cards
so
were.
young.
Yeah, and
No,
like
you yeah, because they came out in '99. We were probably collecting mainly from like early 2000s, right?
I mean,
I had
2000s.
some
I
base
think I think
sets.
I had two. I was collecting in '99, 2000 because
Well, so I had 99 cards, but I'm pretty sure it was because they like literally printed them and sold them for like quite a while back then.
yeah, I mean, like for me, it was just because in our neighborhood at the time when Pokemon came out, everyone was playing, the Game Boy games, and then just everybody consumed anything Pokemon.
Yeah, dude.
Um, and so and they were super common at like at drugstores and Walmart, Kmart, all those places. And I would every time we were in a checkout line, I would ask for a pack, and I would just get a pack. And
Yeah, that was me with Yu-Gi-Oh.
yep. Well, I graduated from Pokemon to Yu-Gi-Oh because Yu-Gi-Oh was the
Yeah,
big
it
boy
was a
trading
lot
card
more. It
game.
was it was like the first game that was like fun to play actually.
Um, yeah.
Looking
Let's
back
see.
now, those cards are very pointy and square and small.
Yes, they are.
It's kind of hilarious. I'm actually kind of I never see them in stores ever. But if I do, I'm gonna buy some and I'm gonna unbox them and
That should be
unpack them
fun.
because it's been so long since I've done that.
I'm gonna go ahead and switch to my big screen here. So my two favorite cards. I'll give the first unimpressive one. This is just because it's personally my favorite Pokemon. And let's see if we can get this to focus. There we go. Toxtricity. I would love to get a full art of these. I know there. I forget what sets, but they
Yeah,
exist.
dude, I've never pulled one, but
Come on.
that's such a cool Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's really hard to focus. I know you have to hold it back further. There we
Yeah.
go.
Anyway, just the fact that I was playing Sword and Shield, and I got him, and I was just like, "What is this?" I'm reading the Pokedex entry, and it's like a punk rock Pokemon,
Yeah,
and I'm like, "What? This is amazing!" Clearly, a name based off. I can only assume a pun off of System of a Down's Toxicity,
for
and
sure.
like, yeah, and it's like a punk rock poison and electric type Pokemon. What a cool combination! I thought that. So that was. I'm like, okay, he's my new favorite Pokemon ever. As far as my most prized card currently in my collection, it's gonna be the Charizard VMAX, the shiny.
Yeah, dude, that thing's sick. I want it.
Yeah, no. So this was from I forget
Shining
what they're
Fates.
called. Yeah, so it was one of those like collect. What do they call them? The big like boxes. Like, is it a collector's box where it's got the big promo card in it?
Yeah, collector's
Yeah.
boxes.
So I bought a collector's box for like $20, and and I was just opening packs. I wasn't expecting anything, and then I as soon as I pull it, I'm sitting on the couch and I jump. I'm like, holy shit! And my wife's just like, what? And I'm like, I got the Charizard, and I immediately snap a picture to you.
Yeah, dude, that was like some of the
I was like, no way.
that was like some of the first packs you opened and
Well,
like
cause like yeah, like
just pulling Charizards right
maybe like a
away.
few weeks prior, I had picked up Darkness Ablaze, and I got the orange Charizard variant of that one.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Like I didn't real when I first did that, I didn't
still like a
realize.
still like a $200 card.
Yeah, I didn't realize what I pulled
Raw.
at the time, and then I pulled that, and I knew what I pulled then.
Yeah.
So that was
You
cool.
know, you know Charizard's always good.
Let's see.
And now we have two, so we're equals.
Yeah. For now.
For now.
The rivalry will continue. We'll finish up with Discord here. So we already
I
talked
didn't
about.
scream like a girl, Megan. It was really manly.
We'll talk about. So Ari follows up with what Pokemon card other than expensive ones do you always hope you'll draw? Also, what's your guilty pleasure game? Gardenscapes.
Nothing. I only want the expensive ones.
So pretty much with every new set, um, I just find the ones that have the artwork or that's the Pokemon that I am most excited for. It
Yeah, but
changes from set to set.
the coolest artwork is usually the ones that are worth
Usually,
money.
usually, yes, and they tend to go hand in hand a lot of time. Um, I really hope that they do another Toxtricity eventually.
Bread and Slime. Not
Uh,
surprising. Hey, I like money. I mean,
I
I
like
like
money.
like why would I want to collect something that isn't eventually going to pay off for me?
I'm still of the opinion that these are Beanie Babies, but I hope I'm wrong.
Have there been Beanie Babies for 20 years, Blake?
Well, they were only Beanie Babies. They're not Beanie Babies because people didn't collect them to resell them. That's the thing. Like people
They
played
did.
with
I mean,
them
they
in the
have been
90s.
for years. It's just that it became more popular during COVID.
Well, I'm saying like in comparison to like, you know, the older cards and stuff as the newer sets come out, production increases, more and more people, you know,
Dude, your
collect.
sister's cracking me up.
Just full of sass.
Blake, I'm updating Wiki to say you're an only child. And that Brendan's just in it for the money. Quote that. I want that to be on my tombstone when I'm gone. I was only in it for the money.
I was only in it for the money. Let's see. Guilty. Do you have a guilty pleasure game, Brendan? I mean, I guess Warzone would have been. I guess your guilty.
That's
pleasure.
not a guilty pleasure game. That game is massively popular.
I would consider it a guilty pleasure game.
Guilty pleasure game.
Waifu Simulator. No.
I mean, maybe like Viva Pinata.
So like I tried getting into Viva Pinata actually, but
I haven't played it in years, but I remember it being like weirdly fun.
I'd probably say 2K20, or I guess NBA 2K is a guilty pleasure, and it's one that burns me every year now.
That is not a guilty pleasure.
I consider it a guilty pleasure.
Game is widely popular.
But
Because I could say the same about NHL, because NHL is far worse than 2K. And 2K sucks too.
It's just kind of like, just because everyone's doing it doesn't mean it's good. It's just the only
but it doesn't mean
option.
it's a guilty pleasure. A guilty pleasure is like oh, I'd be if I was caught playing this, I'd be embarrassed.
Yeah, in my circle.
I probably have way more like guilty pleasure TV shows than I have games. Games I just kind of play like, I'm not like Blake. I don't go back and play old games. I just play the ones that I look forward to that are coming out. I beat them and I move on.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of guilty pleasures. I have like kind of comfort. Yeah, I guess more like comfort food type games would be what I would consider it. So like, I often go back and replay the like first half of BioShock a lot of times. I replay the first half of Fable 2 a lot. Trying to think.
I think that's more just nostalgia, man. I don't think that's a guilty pleasure, bro.
It's not. Well,
we're
like
talking
I said,
like
I didn't.
We're
say,
talking like, bro. We're talking like Barbie Diamond.
No, I know, but I didn't say.
PS1.
I didn't say those were guilty pleasures. I said that's more like a comfort food thing. That's like,
that's like more like nostalgia for sure.
That's something. That's something where
brings you back to a simpler time of gaming.
And like, so my first immediate thought for guilty pleasure was Stardew Valley, but I don't know if that's a great game. And so like,
yeah, that's pretty popular as well.
That's like a comfort food type of thing where like I'll just turn my brain off. And, you know, kind of zone out.
Yeah.
I don't really have any guilty pleasure stuff, but
yeah, I don't know. I'm talking Gardenscape. Dude, okay. Gardenscapes is ass, but
Chamber of Secrets is a great game.
I did get weirdly, I don't play it anymore, but like I was just like, for anyone who doesn't know, I'm obsessed with Harry Potter. I got into this like really bad Harry Potter phone game for like 2.5 months straight. And I don't spend money on games, but I did.
No, you didn't.
I did buy energy. I probably spent like $20 total on energy so I could keep playing it. That was probably hilarious. That was probably my guilty pleasure. The game wasn't good either, but like it could have been. It was just filling the void for the new one coming out. Okay. But yeah. Is that the one that Blake's mom is still playing? I don't know. Maybe he walked away.
I don't appreciate the slander to Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Blake, does your mom play that game that I'm talking about?
The mobile game? I don't know, to be completely honest with you. It
Yo,
wouldn't
she should
surprise
add me as a friend. I'm just kidding.
Well, so
She specifically said Blake's mom, by the way, since you're an only child.
she's very much an iPad gamer, that's for sure.
Oh, she's for sure playing it then. That game would be sweet on an iPad.
I feel like if this Harry Potter, if the new, what's it? I've totally forgot the name now. Hogwarts, the new Hogwarts game.
Legacy.
Yeah, if that game ends up like slapping, then we can probably convince my mom to play a modern console. If that game actually there was one. That's
gonna be sick.
There was only one other time where my mom ever played a modern console, and that was Thrillville Off the Rails for the Xbox 360.
Yeah, dude, I remember her playing that.
I asked her if I could set up.
Dude, I specifically remember me coming over to your only child house, and she was playing it.
Yeah, no, because I asked if I could set the Xbox up in the living room because I wanted to play on the big TV, the big tube TV.
That game was the shit, though.
And she's like, fine. And then she saw me playing Thrillville, and then when I went to school, she played it. And then I come home and she's playing it, and I'm like, can I play my Xbox, please? And she's like, no, I'm playing right now. And then I asked,
no.
She would not give up the Xbox.
You want the children to die in my theme park? There was one child and two worms in that. I love this. I think her and her other daughter, not Blake's other sister, played it. I love it.
Yeah. No.
That game was good, though.
Yeah, it was solid.
That was a good old time.
All right. Well, I think it's about that time. Thank you, everyone, so much for hanging out with us. This was a lot of fun. We got a few videos.
Remember. Okay, so I actually have a busy weekend, so I'm Blake's editor for the next couple weeks.
Yep.
I am the editor of Digital Cynics.
So if the videos suck, paid deduction, then blame him.
If anything, I think I'll be able to spend more time on them.
Yeah.
And the editing will actually be great.
Yeah, for teasers.
I'm being hopeful here.
For teasers, I'm gonna be doing this little Joy-Con review, and then we got the weirder one. You would think that this is some sort of massage neck brace, but it is in fact a headset. It is a bona fide gaming headset.
Dude, so, it looks like one of those fans that people wear around their necks to keep cool in like Florida and shit.
Right, and you will not believe what they are trying to charge this for.
Man, that thing's girthy.
Right?
That thing's thick.
It is the equivalent of strapping like a headband around your neck with 2 MacBook speakers built into it.
It's like the equivalent,
and then charging $100.
It's like the equivalent of that Modern Warfare 2 headset that came out years ago that you could just it's strapped to your neck, and you could just hear every last bit of like drinking, eating, breathing,
all the swallowing noise.
Yeah, dude. There's a reason they discontinued that pretty early.
Yeah. So that's what y'all have to look forward to, hopefully.
Yeah. And, other than that, Pack Attack. I don't know if anybody cares but Blake in this chat, but basketball cards.
Woo!
They will be being opened.
Yes.
Right after this stream, and I will get the video up as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And I actually have another basketball card video that I haven't edited yet. So you're actually getting double basketball card glory.
Basketball content. All right. Well, we'll wrap it up with that. Thank you, everyone. As always, Pack Attack. Go subscribe.
Pack Attack. Pack Attack.
Pack Attack.
Pack Attack.
Thanks all for watching. My name is Blake. With me, as always, is Brendan. And until next time, have a good one.
Peace.